Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. We see the first major warning that Solana is starting to lose steam in this bull market. Again, the warnings have been there already that we're close to a top. And don't get me wrong, I'm not confirming yet a long-term top, but it's certainly not looking great for Solana right now. There are also some fundamental factors that might support this decline, which we are going to talk about later today in a video I'm planning on our main channel, MCO Global. So if you're interested in checking that out, it will come out at some point today. Here we'll talk about upcoming token unlocks. I'll talk about the issues around the stable coins, not the stable coins, the meme coins that are being launched on Solana, how all of that could really, let's say, damage Solana's performance going forward. I'm not saying that a long-term top has been struck, but there are some issues, obviously, and I think they're coming to light right now. That is what we see right now in the Elliott wave count. So the chart tells the story, but you'll find that video later today, more of an in-depth Solana update, and also how the FTX repayments could impact it. So check it out. It will be later today. You'll find a link to the channel in the description. But yeah, I mean, sentiment seems to be shifting a little bit. And why do I say the chart tells the story? Because didn't I say I'm still looking for higher prices? I did, but those probabilities have just reduced. I can tell you that. Still looking for higher, okay, potentially, but supports are starting to break, and that is what I mean with the chart is telling the story. As you might know, these Fibonacci support areas that we're tracking and the formations and the patterns, they are parameters for a certain thesis. But if those support levels start to crack, and not all support levels have broken yet, but that is obviously a warning. I mean, that's a signal, right? By the way, in the video later today, I'm also going to take a look at the Solana BTC, Solana ETH charts. I haven't prepared them for now, but we start to see some weakness there as well. But what we see here as well is the chart is breaking below the lower boundary line of this wedge pattern. Not great. So either way, the short-term trend is still down. That hasn't changed. But the price is now approaching this area between $162 and $178. So I'll give the chart another chance. But what I have to say is that probably this wave 4, that presumably bottomed on the 13th of January, is still unfolding. That is not necessarily a major issue, but we must hold above the $162 level, at least avoid a sustained break below it. For now, I would track this as an ABC structure in a so-called expanded flat correction. So that's what I'm tracking. We have a wave 1 to the upside, a wave 2 to the downside, wave 3 to the upside, A, B, C. Does it mean we have a long-term top? No, I'm not going to go that far. I rather think that we are probably quite close to some kind of a low, but with a break of initial support on the 1-hour time frame, the chart needs to prove a little bit more now that we are still in a bullish market, okay? I still assume we are, but if the next rally is clearly corrective, it would be a further warning, which means that if the chart finds support somewhere here, then it doesn't mean that we go directly higher to 360 plus. It could mean that we just get a bounce, and this structure of this will tell us a lot. So if we, for example, only form a 3-wave move up, and then the decline is impulsive, 5 waves, that was meant to be 5 waves, that would be a major warning. So these are the signals that I'm going to pay a lot of attention to over the coming days. But yeah, there is now a support area we're approaching here on the daily chart. That's not new. We talked about that, $162 to $178. Below 162, it opens the door to a test of the $120 to $100 level area. Then probably in a wider wave 4, I'm talking about a larger degree wave 4 then, and it would mean that probably the wave 4 that bottomed in August is still unfolding. This would be a larger, basically the last bullish option I have on this chart before I have to confirm a long-term top. So either way, the short-term trend is down. We simply have to watch these support areas now for reactions. Let's take a look at the smaller time frame. But again, I'm not confirming a long-term top. I still assume we should see one more high in this cycle. But again, these are the first signals that it's losing steam. They are the first warnings, because if a chart had the chance to rally already and it failed, that's never great. That's never great. So you see it broke below initial support the break below that $187.30 level, that was the first warning. I mentioned that in previous updates. When that broke, it was, early warning. And now we are even breaking below the 3rd of February low. And we're approaching this support area here. And I can track in the C wave down, potential 5-wave move down now. So 1, 2, 3. This could be a triangle, but then this should be the last leg down. Because this here looks a bit like a triangle, again, I keep the door open for higher, because triangles are typically preparing us that this here is the last leg down. So they are never the last wave, a triangle. That's just one more afterwards, which in this case is the 5th wave. So it might very well be that a lot of people now get scared. There's some concerns going around token unlocks, and specifically also the issue around the meme coins. I reposted something earlier today on our X profile. Feel free to check it out, by the way, for further insights, additional analysis and everything. You'll find a link to our X, formerly Twitter profile, in the description. But Bubble Maps posted it earlier today, or 16 hours ago, that funny enough, the team behind Melania also launched Libra apparently. And I'm not fully up to date. I will do some more research on it and talk about it in the Solana video later on the MCO Global channel. But I think Milei is now saying that he's not even been involved. I'm not sure. So they're trying to find out who's involved there behind the Libra meme coin. But again, they were all launched on Solana. So there is a bit of a problem there with all these meme coins, these pump and dump coins that are launched on. And by the way, Melania is a big pump and dump coin as well. Let's just look at the chart. We looked at it yesterday in the live stream. Oh dear. And again, this doesn't really give us it doesn't really make a good impression, doesn't it, for Solana? It gets this reputation for this meme coin. I don't have the right word now, but it's like people just create these pump and dump coins, and it's easier to do it on Solana than ever before, apparently, right? Everybody's choosing Solana for that, and it's just I'm not sure if that's the reputation Solana want to have. So I think that's all coming together, together with the token unlocks, FTX repayments, things like that. So there's something driving it in the background. But it could just be a bit of fear, negative news. Often we find substantial lows are forming when there is a lot of fear and uncertainty. So the first indication that a low has formed would be a break above $205. So for now, the local trend is down. I think it could still go down a little further, but I'm still watching here for a reaction. Okay, first micro support broke. Still inclined to give the bulls the benefit of the doubt, but below 162, that would be, like, let's say, the next warning. Yeah. Bear in mind that 162 is not an invalidation point, because we're dealing with a larger diagonal pattern. Occasionally, wave 4s can be deep, which is why it can make sense to wait for confirmation that the low is in. Okay, that's the update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.